Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update. As always, guys, there is plenty to get stuck into with regards to Chelsea. Conor Gallagher has returned to London. Victor Osimhen has reportedly been offered to Chelsea as part of a swap deal involving Romelu Lukaku. Napoli's sporting director has been in London discussing a move for Lukaku as they step up their pursuit of the Belgian. Chelsea are still put off by Osimhen's valuation and the wage demands. And they're also watching a number of other forwards who haven't been named. Atletico Madrid are reportedly annoyed with Chelsea over the situation, and they want more than 50 million euros for Chelsea, whilst Chelsea don't want to pay that much money for the Portugal international. Apparently, Diego Simeone has personally assured Gallagher that he remains desperate to sign the midfielder. And maybe Axel Disasi could potentially be leaving as well. Basically, guys, everything is just a bit embarrassing at the moment and a bit of a mess, to be perfectly honest. Everything seems to be up in the air. Everything's a little bit of an embarrassment. And we're seemingly not really any closer to reaching a resolution for any of these transfers at all. We're not really any closer to sorting out Gallagher. We're no closer to sorting out Joao Felix. And we're seemingly no closer to really sorting out anything in regards to Victor Osimhen either, which is, a mad one, really. A mad one, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, big up to everyone that's locked in. Already over 122 people in the building. Love for the support as always, guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new round here as well, because that would be greatly appreciated. We are road to 12k. Guys, we're less than 30 subscribers away from 11.1k. So I reckon we can hit that little milestone today. I reckon we can smash 11.1k on today's stream, guys. That requires 28 subscribers. Let's get to work, people. Run up those likes, subscribe. Let's say hello to a few of you lot in the chat. My laptop is going a bit crazy, fucking not charging. I'll deal with that later on. But let's say hello to a few people. We need a proven striker. We create so many chances. And if we get Felix, I don't know how he would get into the team over Neto, Nkunku, and Palmer. He wouldn't. He would be a bench/rotation option. That's exactly what he would be. I feel we're not getting Felix. If we were, it could have been done ages ago. And Gallagher maybe has to go for another club. Maybe. Right now, I've next to no hope for the season. However, if we're able to dump a minimum of 10 players and bring in either Osimhen or Tony, and things start to look better. Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, I was a little bit late. Didn't realise I was at school, guys, getting told off for being late. Apologies. Yes, big up, brother. What's going on? Gerald, big up. Yes, big up, brother. If we include Cassidy, then sell-on clause or buyback clause. Just get rid of him, to be honest. That sounds a bit harsh. Let's just sell him, move him on. What about Tony? I'd take him. I would as well. I think that could be one to watch towards the end of the window. Yes, big up, Zach. Hope you're doing well, bro. Yes, big up, brother. Do you really think this Osimhen deal done? I don't think so now, mate. No, I don't think the Osimhen deal's done. Absolutely not. It's far from it. Far from it. Far from being done. Guys, bear with me 2 seconds. I just need to unplug this. Hold on a second, guys. The Osimhen deal's far from done, people. Far from done. Absolutely far from done. Yes, big up. Are we getting Felix? Bro, I don't know. We're not prepared to pay what Atletico Madrid want. What else is there to discuss here? We don't want to pay more than 50. They don't seem to want to negotiate for anything less. So I don't really know what we can possibly still be discussing. You know, we've been locked in discussions for 2 or 3 days now. What's the point? Like, seriously, what is the point? What on earth are they talking about? Because we know the stipulations of the deal. We seemingly don't want to pay more than 50 million euros. They want more than 50, and neither side seems to be budging. So like what is the purpose of these conversations? What is the purpose of what we're doing? I don't think Chelsea really want Joao Felix. They're more just buying him potentially in order to get rid of Conor Gallagher. So, it's not even like we're doing a deal for the right reasons. And this is a player that we really want. If we really wanted Joao Felix, we would just pay the money, in my opinion. I know we're trying to be a bit more, sustainable these days, not just chucking money everywhere. I know it's not quite seemed like that since this ownership's come in. But yeah, if Chelsea were desperate for Felix, they would just pay the money. Just embarrassing for everyone involved. It's embarrassing from a Chelsea perspective. The saga is just a mess. I can guarantee you right now, right? If Victor Osimhen was represented by Jorge Mendes, he would be a Chelsea player by now. Simple as that. Bro, I wish that as well, brother. I wish we would stop hearing about it because, quite frankly, I know it's news and I know it's topical. The saga's boring, isn't it? The saga is boring. Yeah, it's honestly, it is boring. I'm bored of hearing about it. I'll be real. How difficult can this actually be? For real, how difficult can this potentially be to sort out? I'll tell you what is potentially difficult to sort out is this fucking laptop charger. We're gonna have to try a different plug. Oh, for fuck's sake. Otherwise, we could be in trouble here, people. We could be in trouble. Let's hope that sorts it out. What else? Bro, it certainly feels like that's kind of our calling in life at the moment. We just seem to make the transfer window relevant, and that's our what else is going on here? Guys, there's so much coming in. I'm not going to be able to read all this. If you want to guarantee your comment gets read out, please do use the super chat function. I'll try and get through as much as I can, people, but I'm going to have to get yeah, brother, we're not desperate to buy Felix, It's because we want to get rid of Gallagher. Chelsea don't want Felix, We haven't been interested in Felix all summer, and then suddenly we're like, oh fuck, we need to buy someone from Atletico for this Gallagher deal, and now we're doing a panic buy on Felix potential panic buy on Felix because we are in a situation where we've basically come to some sort of an agreement with Atletico Madrid, I'd imagine, that we have to purchase a player off them in order for the Conor Gallagher deal to go through, which is just a crazy way to do business, in my view. A crazy way to do business. But yeah, oh fucking hell, this laptop charger, honestly, I'm just gonna have to buy a new one. Anyway, hopefully this will start charging and sort itself out. Otherwise, could be fucked. But yeah, anyway, let's get this show on the road, people. Let's get this show on the road. So let's start with this Victor Osimhen stuff then, because reportedly Napoli have stepped up their efforts to sign Romelu Lukaku by offering Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. Napoli have valued Osimhen at about £90 million, which would require an adjustment on the transfer fees, as Chelsea have been keen to receive about £40 million for Lukaku. Now, Napoli's sporting director, guys, has been in London speaking about Lukaku. Chelsea want that £38 million exit clause, but Napoli so far have only been prepared to offer about £25.5 million for him. So there's still a gap in valuation on the player, which is not ideal, which is not what we're looking for. We are not looking for that. We need to be getting as close to the fee to the exit clause as we possibly can. In fact, we should be getting that exit clause. The longer it goes into the window, then maybe the less likely it is that we're going to get it, and we might accept less. But this is a problem. This is absolutely a problem, people. And I'm not too sure, what's going to happen. I mean, these negotiations have been going on for fucking ages as well. I get it, things are complex, but how difficult is this shit? How difficult is this shit, really? At the end of the day, like, we've got something you want. You've got something we want. Let's come to an agreement, guys. Lukaku wants to go to Napoli. Three-year contract agreed with Napoli. He's been in contact with Antonio Conte already. Victor Osimhen wants to leave Napoli. Chelsea wants a striker, but Chelsea only want Osimhen on their terms. Chelsea want Osimhen on a loan deal, but Osimhen doesn't want to join on a loan deal. He wants an obligation he wants an obligation, so there's some permanency to the move, and he will not reduce his wages. So basically, Chelsea want Victor Osimhen on their terms, and they want him on a loan deal, perhaps with an obligation to buy. I don't know for certain, but perhaps with an obligation to buy, which would make sense, you know. There's no way we're getting this there's no way we're getting this guy on loan. There's no way we're getting this guy on loan. No way. Napoli aren't idiots. They're not going to sanction a straight loan where he can just be sent back, and Chelsea, you know, we can try him for a year, and if it doesn't work out, then we're just going to send him back, and that's that. The only way a loan deal is going to be agreed is an obligation to buy is put in place. That is the only way it gets agreed. But I don't really know. Sort of, is it going to be a separate deal? Or are we going to have him as an exchange? So Lukaku and money for Osimhen. This is what we're looking to sort of ascertain right now, guys. You know, the situation with Chelsea and Osimhen is the same. Discussing for a loan. Osimhen doesn't want the loan. Won't reduce his salary at all. We know that he wants his salary to be exactly the same. So this is basically, in my opinion, a high stakes game of poker. Who's going to crack first? Who's going to show their hand first? But the closer this ticks towards a deadline, then then something has to give. Because under no circumstances do we want to have Lukaku on our books, and do we want and do Napoli want to have Osimhen on their books? You know, we cannot go through all this to suddenly end up in a situation where Osimhen stays at Napoli and we still got fucking Lukaku on the books, and we're loaning him out somewhere else for another season because we couldn't get our shit together. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. Almost 400 people in the building. Big up to every single person locked in. Smash that like button, guys. We're on 107 likes. This should be on 200 likes already. Please do smash that like button. Run it up. And guys, please keep subscribing to the channel as well. 24 subscribers away from 11.1k. There's 390 in the building. Let's get this to 11.1, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. So let's please do that, guys. I would be forever grateful, people. So smash the subscribe button, smash the likes. Yes. What is going on? It won't happen, Charlie. All that will happen is Lukaku goes to Napoli. Let's wait and see. We're not going to pay Osimhen's wage demands dead in the water. I wouldn't. Yeah, look, I wouldn't say we're not going to pay it. I just not like I've been toying with this. Like, is it worth paying him what he wants? You know, yes, he's a good striker. Yes, he's a top quality operator. But is it really worth paying Victor Osimhen the money that he wants? Because signing Osimhen, right, it would kind of go against everything that Clearlake have been doing since they've come in terms of transfer strategy. You know, not really going for proven players, not paying massively over the odds on wages. You know, the only way it works, in my opinion, on Osimhen on the same money that he's on at Napoli is if he accepts a lower base salary, right? Okay, a lower base salary in line with kind of Chelsea's higher earners at the club, and then it's heavily incentivized that he can reach what he earns at Napoli, providing the team is successful or he hits individual targets, which will see his salary go up in increments. I think it would be highly irresponsible, in my opinion, to offer Osimhen offer Osimhen those wages straight off the bat. Everyone knows straight away that he's coming in on more than everyone else. And, what happens then if we don't get the Champions League? If you sign Osimhen, you have to finish in the Champions League. So what happens if you sign Osimhen? You give in to those wage demands, and then you don't make the Champions League, and you're stuck with a player who is on a fucking shitload of money, and we still don't have any Champions League football. The reason we're trying to get rid of Raheem Sterling is because of those ridiculous wages that he's on. So why would we then offer someone else ridiculous wages? I don't get it. But look, keeping Lukaku is nothing to do with paying Osimhen's wages. Lukaku has actually taken a wage drop. I think that was agreed, and I think he's agreed a wage drop as well to join Napoli. But this is my point, people. This is my point: is that is Victor Osimhen actually worth it? Of course they don't. Of course they don't. And I know you can't constantly just not do it because of what's happened in the past, but that will absolutely be part of the thinking here, guys. Chelsea don't want to be lumped with another big name striker on big money if it doesn't work out. That's not what we want. That is not what we want at all. Chelsea do not want to be stuck with another big name signing on big money that they can't get rid of if it doesn't work out. Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't work out with Osimhen. I just think it's a major ask to be doing that. Is he worth it? Exactly. He's done it for 3 or 4 years on the trot. Yeah, he's not done it for 3 or 4 years on the trot. I like Victor Osimhen. I think he's a good player, but I honestly think that people make him out to be a lot better than he is. And yes, I would take him because of the options that are in the market right now. They're not very good, And when you're hungry, that you want to have the best thing. You want to have the best food that's available to you. And in this instance, Osimhen is that highest quality of food that is available for in this analogy. So, I mean, yeah, you want it, but when you step back from it, does it make sense for Chelsea to go to Victor Osimhen? I mean, yes and no. I can't. I mean, look, we do look. African players do have great history at Chelsea. There's no denying that. Drogba, Mikel, Essien, Kalou, these guys. There is great history, great history with African players, and by all accounts, Mikel and Drogba are obviously trying to convince Osimhen to join. I think I get it why he wants to feel respected. Like he obviously feels that he's worth that money. I totally get that he feels he's worth that money, but Chelsea also don't want to just bend over backwards for someone as well when all the other top players are in line with the wage structure, well, the majority of them anyway, apart from the ones that signed in the 2022 summer. No, that's not what I'm saying here. Chelsea not getting Osimhen doesn't mean that Lukaku's not going to go. Lukaku is going to leave. But obviously, if we can get it to work that if he can get it to work that Osimhen comes the other way, then fantastic. But I don't think Lukaku is going to leave Chelsea this summer. Chelsea are not going to be paying Lukaku's wages. This is not a case of, let's not sign Osimhen so Lukaku stays. Lukaku is not staying. Lukaku is not staying. Yeah, but this is the point, though. Are we just saying yes because there's no other options and we're kind of desperate? Is that why we're saying yes? Instead of objectively looking at this and thinking, would Osimhen do well? Is he the right fit or whatever? I think he probably would do reasonably well. I think he's a good fit. But are we is our perception and our thoughts being slightly warped by the fact that we're starving for a striker? The names that we've been linked with aren't of the best quality. This is the standout one by a mile. So everyone's jumping on it and the judgment's slightly clouded because we find ourselves in a slightly desperate situation. That's kind of what I'm feeling and what I'm taking from this Osimhen situation right now. Look, I think he's a good footballer, but a decent goal return last season when you factor in the fact that he missed a lot of the season with injury. But what must be said, and you can say it for a lot of players, but realistically, he's had one standout season in his career, and that was when Napoli won the Scudetto a couple years back. He's had one standout season in his career. Now, I get it. At some point, you have to take a gamble on players and you have to buy players. But if we're looking at paying this guy the sort of money that he's wanting, if we're looking at spending a sort of a sizable transfer fee on him as well, I know it's a little bit contradictory this because there's not that many good strikers out there on the market. But for me, I'll be honest, guys. I'd be wanting a bit more of a proven track record. To be honest, I like that. That's just my personal opinion. I would like a little bit more of a proven track record, because particularly with a striker position, particularly with the striker position. I'm not saying that Bro, I don't think Tony's a penalty merchant at all. I think Ivan Toney's is a very good choice. Is a very good choice for Chelsea. And I think it could be an option that comes into play towards the end of the window potentially. Wow. Update on Victor Osimhen. Thank you for the DM, brother. Yeah, I did think this might be the case. I remember saying this before, guys. Don't rule out Arsenal in this race. Arsenal have asked about Victor Osimhen's situation again this morning. Sources say players still keen on the PSG move, having agreed personal terms. Chelsea still alive too and interested. For fuck's sake, why is this not charging? Guys, I did say don't sleep on Arsenal when it comes to this situation, guys. They will be there. They will be there. Potentially. That's what I'm saying, guys. This is this is the problem now, because when it gets towards the end of the window, like other teams are going to suddenly come into play and show their hand as the level of desperation goes up. Other teams are absolutely going to start to show their hand. Levels of desperation come into play. And yeah, it is going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic for us. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, to be perfectly honest, because would Arsenal show their hand? Problem is with Arsenal, though, but again, alone with an obligation, Napoli would accept that. I think Osimhen would accept that. So it means that the release clause is probably unlikely to be paid. So, again, interesting times, people. Interesting times ahead. Release clause, is... fuck. What if we offer Lukaku and one more player and pay about 20 million add-ons? Bro, I don't know what other players they want, to be honest. Arsenal are waffle merchants. Let's wait and see. Arsenal... PSG worried about his wages? Aren't worried about the wages? No, they're probably not. No, they might not. But a loan with an obligation, guys. This is what I'm saying. These are the things what come into play towards the end of the window. Osimhen, I reckon, could be available on a loan deal towards the end of the window. People, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Osimhen could become available on a loan deal towards the end of the window. Loan with an obligation, because he wants a permanency to the move. Loan with an obligation could become a very, very real possibility, guys, imminently. Absolutely could. I'm just going to have to hope my laptop can hold out for at least another half an hour. 14%, and the fucking charger is not working in any fucking plug sockets. What the fuck's going on? Seriously? What the fuck are we doing here? For God's sake. Come on this fucking charger. Oh, guys, pray for me. My fucking charger is... Oh, what is going on with this laptop charger? Seriously. What a fucking mess. What a fucking shambles. Let's hope this can... Why is no one interested in Gyökeres? Yeah, this is a good point. This is a good point as well. I don't understand that either. Bro, I'm not saying that Tony is better than Osimhen. I'm not saying that Tony is better than Osimhen, guys. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying. But it might be a better value for money proposition than Osimhen. Is my point. Might prove to be a better value for money proposition. But yeah. What else are we saying here? Come on the charger. Yes, come on the charger. Yeah, I don't want to let the 463 people in the building down here. We still got a little bit of time in the mixer here. But yeah, not an ideal situation at this point in time. Why the fuck is my charger not working? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if there's going to quickly see if there's a spare laptop charger knocking about in the house. I've had to send the text. I can't. Not gonna leave the show, guys. Not gonna leave the show. Anyway, let's get back to this. Let's just see what this article is actually saying. What is this article actually saying, guys? Guys, 457 in the building. Keep going for it. Keep smashing that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel as well. If you are new round here, guys, we're 15 subscribers away. From 15 subscribers away from 11.1k. There's enough people in the building to get this done. So let's fucking get it done, guys. Get to work, people. 200 likes needed. Let's run it up, run it up, run it up. 25 likes there. 15 subscribers. Over 450 in the building. Let's get it done. Yeah, I would agree with that. Plus the financial side of it as well. Those are obviously appealing factors. 100%, those are appealing factors. So we will have to see on that front. We will have to see on that front. Oh, fucking hell, where's this? Oh, where's this fucking charger? But yeah, sorry guys. This fuck me, 12%. Oh Jesus. What's happened to Reece James? He's banned for the first 3 games anyway, but he's had a slight issue with his hamstring. Nothing serious, reportedly. For you people saying Tony instead, we aren't even linked with Tony. And if we walk away from Osimhen, we'll go for players like, we're not going to go for Evan Ferguson this summer. No chance. Honestly, right? If it's not Tony or Osimhen, guys, it's gonna be some random kid. It will be a random person. 100%, it will be a random person. Like you'll just get literally you'll get a here we go on a random striker from nowhere. You get a random striker from nowhere. That's what I reckon could be happening to Chelsea. Ever since Tony betting issue, I don't want him near these kids again. I think people have been a bit harsh. Boniface, look, Boniface was a name that was mentioned. Boniface was a name that was mentioned by the Athletic a while ago as a striker, but Chelsea were potentially interested in. Leverkusen were interested in Omarodion. Whether they're going to reignite that interest or not, I don't know. What that means for Boniface, I don't know either. So yeah, we are in a look. You would think it has to be Osimhen to Chelsea. That is what you would think. But I just don't know. You know, I really don't know. You would think Osimhen to Chelsea would be the one that makes the most sense. You almost feel like it's written in the stars. It's meant to happen. That's what it feels like. But like the longer it goes on, and we can't reach and we can't reach an agreement, then that's where you start to worry. That's where you start to worry a bit more. Again, I don't think we've got time. We haven't got time to be trying to negotiate that caliber of deal. The time simply isn't there to do that, guys. The time is not there to negotiate that caliber of deal. It's as simple as that, people. Simple as that. 8 likes away from 200, guys. Run it up, run it up, run it up. That would be greatly appreciated. So please, let's make sure. I don't think we're going to sign any more kids this window. Seems that they are suddenly looking for experienced players. Let's wait and see. Look, Boniface is one that has been linked in the past. Not seriously, but a name that has potentially been mentioned. Oh, no, this is not good. 10%. Yeah, I think I would take Boniface over Tony. Again, I don't actually know, to be honest. I really don't know whether I would do that or not. Would I take Boniface over Tony? That is the big issue here. That is the big issue at stake. Again, Boniface, not a bad shout. If Chelsea are not getting Osimhen, then we need to stay with Guiu. We've been linked to David before as well. I don't see Chelsea going back in for David. If we wanted to sign David, that would have been an easy deal to do. We would have done that. Chelsea clearly don't want Jonathan David. I'm gonna try, guys. How many more fucking plugs have I got to try this fucking charger in? Oh, come on. All right, let's try it in here. Come on. Let's see if I hold it up. Is this going to do the business if I put it on the table here? Hold it with my arm like some sort of fucking weirdo? Is that making a difference, guys? Oh, come on. Oh my God. Guys. Guys, it's charging. People, it's charging. Fucking hell, it's charging. Rah, this is more exciting than the Osimhen stuff. Guys, we are charging. Yes, yes, yes. Fucking get in. Right, I'm going to have to sit very still and not move this charger from this position. W for the charger. W's in the chat, people. Get those W's in the chat for the charger. We're cooking. Yes, yes, yes. Fuck me. I can now concentrate on the stream and right, the chart. Yeah, bro, there was a little switch up there. I just tried a little something different, you know. Put it in the extension socket by the bed. Little switch up in the opposite charging port, and we're cooking. Yes, yes, yes. Right, we can now finally read this fucking article and see what it says. See what it's saying. Sorry, but David is worth 50 cents max. Fair. Anyway, let's get into this article. What we're saying. So, the transfer saga surrounding Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has taken another twist, with reports from Italy suggesting Arsenal have made an inquiry about the Nigerian forward. The Gunners have asked to be kept informed about his situation as the transfer window enters its final stages. Chelsea have long been admirers of Osimhen, are reportedly hesitant to meet Napoli's 100 million valuation. Not reportedly hesitant, we absolutely are hesitant to reach it. And his wages, which are rumoured to exceed 300 grand per week. Despite this, the Blues remain hopeful that as the transfer window progresses, they might be able to secure the necessary finances and strike a deal for the striker who scored 15 goals in Serie A last season. according to NapoliMagazine.com, Osimhen is already, but the French club is struggling to reach an agreement with Napoli, with the two sides far apart on the player's valuation. The same publication reported this morning that Arsenal have expressed interest in being updated on any developments in Osimhen's status. Snatching Osimhen away. Chelsea, meanwhile, okay. So nothing, not really. I mean, I don't really think there's anything new in that update. But we got to be careful. Bro, the charges come back. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, this charger is. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go and get a new one because I can't be dealing with this stress of fucking moving multiple fucking plugs around to try and get this bastard laptop to charge. But yeah, the charger out of nowhere. I think Gyökeres. I'll be real, guys. On Gyökeres, I can't lie. I'm really surprised that no one is really moving for him. Why is no one really moving for Victor Gyökeres? That is what I want to know. Why is no one moving for Gyökeres? Yeah, that's the strange one for me. Why? Because he's a top quality operator. He's a bagsman. Again, I get it. The point that I've made about Osimhen, really only one good season in his career. I get it. Gyökeres is kind of the same thing. Yeah, but that was a very minor thing, and that's all. That's all fine now. So it is interesting how Gyökeres is now suddenly no one's really going for him. I'm surprised. I mean, Gyökeres is cheaper than Osimhen in theory. 100 million euro release clause, 88 million pounds roughly. But yeah, I'm surprised. But yeah, Arsenal have reportedly asked about information on Osimhen. I'll be real. I can't see Arsenal entering the race for Osimhen. Can we really see that happening, guys? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But yeah, this is a saga that is just rumbling on. And at some point, something's got to give. Something's got to give at some point. Whether it's our demands, whether it's their demands. I think Chelsea have got to realise that you're not going to get Victor Osimhen on a loan. Sasha Tavliori tweet. Let's have a quick look what this guy's saying. Let's have a look. Sasha Tavliori, Belgian journalist, normally pretty good. Wow. I love this social media shit, right? Where nowadays you just get this. That's what you get. Just quote tweeted from January. Pending Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. This guy's normally pretty good, by the way, as well. He's good with a lot of stuff. Wow. Yeah. I wonder if could this really be happening, guys? After everything, could we really get to a situation where we are going to end up with fucking... Guys, are we going to end up with Victor Osimhen? Sure. Is this happening, people? We just got a little... I mean, no update at all, really, from him, other than that. Bro, this guy's good. He was spot on the Lavia stuff last summer. He's been good with a lot of stuff. He was the first one to call Diego Moreira's move to Strasbourg permanent. Others had said it wasn't going to be a permanent move. So yeah, this guy's good. Maybe he knows something that we don't. But could it be happening? Could it be V09? Could it be a V09 on his way to Stamford Bridge? Could that be V09? But yeah, look, I don't want to get excited. I don't want to jump the gun. I think there's still a lot of stuff to sort out before we get anywhere close to anything. But I genuinely think there's a chance, guys, that we could have a situation where we do soon get a here we go, potentially, for Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. But I think the only way it happens is as part of the Romelu Lukaku deal. And Napoli need to get their shit together and start coughing up money. They need to start paying a bit more price. The Osimhen shirt will be happening. I might have to commit to two. I might have to commit to an Osimhen shirt and a Neto shirt. Maybe I'll get a Pedro Neto shirt, and I'll wear it to Molineux in a couple weekends time. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's exactly what I shall do, guys. Whilst it's exciting, there's bro, he's good. He is good. I mean, I don't know what he's like on this, but honestly, he's decent. I promise you guys, he's pretty good. He was bang on with the Lavia stuff. Guys, there's over 500 people in the building. Big up to everyone that is locked in. Love to all the new people that are here. Wow, 500 in the building. People, please keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 300 likes and keep subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. So please do that, guys. There's so many new people locked in. Is Lukaku going also confirmed? It's not officially confirmed, but yes, the plan is for Lukaku to go. He's agreed everything with Napoli. Chelsea and Napoli just need to agree on a solution. That's all we're waiting for. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. Pedro Neto, number 19. I've already got an Enzo shirt. I've got Enzo 5. Pedro Neto was wearing number 19. Yep, he is. I've heard a lot of people say today on Twitter, different journalists, I do think this will happen. I really do. I feel it would be a massive letdown and just a load of noise for no reason if Chelsea don't end up with Victor Osimhen. I just think that would be a shambles if we don't end up with Osimhen. After all this, having the Lukaku trump card, which no one else has got, if we were to then end up not getting Osimhen, yeah, I would be fuming. I would be fuming. I have to be honest. It wouldn't sit well with me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I mean, how have we got to the point where we're getting like, guys, we're like, there's probably myself and another 500 of you. We're sitting here and we're like, wow, there's a fucking sand timer emoji, a blue circle, and an England flag, and we're getting gassed up and we're getting hyped up because we think that Victor Osimhen could be imminently on his way to Chelsea. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, guys? It is mad. It's mad out here. But this is what we're doing right now. So anyway, that's kind of the latest on Victor Osimhen. We've got so much more to dive into. So much more to dive into. Let's get on to Conor Gallagher and Joao Felix, because this is a fucking mess, this one. It really is a fucking shambles, this one. And reports in Spain saying that the Atletico CEO is very angry with Chelsea. He wants more than 50 million euros for Felix, whilst Chelsea want to pay less than 50 million euros. Gallagher returned to London because this could take several more days. So that's the first point, right? Is it shambolic that Gallagher has spent... So basically, not only did we force Gallagher out of the club, he's accepted a move to Atletico Madrid. He's been in Spain since Thursday. He's done his medical. He's agreed terms on a 5-year contract. And yet now he's had to return to London because the Samuel Morodion deal, for whatever reason, has collapsed. And we're now trying to sign Joao Felix in an attempt for this to potentially go through. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that at all. It's not making any sense. Bro, can I ring you? Mate, can I ring you back in like? Yeah, can I ring you back in like sort of half an hour or something, or 40 minutes? I'm just doing a show. No problem. All right, nice one, brother. Cheers. Yeah, this is a mess. So now Gallagher is back in London. He's going to be training at Chelsea. It's up to Enzo Maresca whether he trains with the first team or whether he's going to train with the group away from the first team. That'll be down to him. And he's now basically waiting in limbo to see if this Atletico Madrid deal is going to go through. This deal's not collapsed, by the way. It's still possible. But if Chelsea and Atletico cannot agree a fee, then it is highly likely that this move will collapse. Highly likely. And that's a situation that we do not want to find ourselves in, guys. That is a situation we don't want to find ourselves in, where after everything we go through. Imagine, right? We go through all of this, and then Gallagher ends up signing that 2+1 contract, and we then revisit and try and do this all again next summer. My big thing is, right, if Atletico are so desperate to sell, that so desperately need to sell someone in order to finance this deal, why can't we send Gallagher on loan with an obligation so that they don't have to pay anything? Why can't we send him on loan with an obligation? I don't understand that. Why has it got to be a permanent? Surely, like if we're that desperate for this deal to go through, just loan him with an obligation to buy at the end of it, with simple terms for it to be activated, and then the 5-year contract's all agreed anyway, and the transfer fees all agreed. Everything's agreed. So why can't they just make this? Why can't they just make it a loan with an obligation? Like I don't understand it. Why can't they make it a loan with an obligation? That is what I'm struggling to work out. That's what I'm struggling to come to terms with here. Is this should just be a loan with an obligation? I really don't get it. But yeah, bro, this is something that I'm thinking as well, because I've been struggling to sort of make sense of our transfer business recently, and I can only put it down to I think that we're expecting to receive a transfer ban once the investigation concludes into the stuff that we self-reported from what was happening under Roman. I think the ownership are expecting a transfer ban, and they are preparing accordingly for it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case and if that was going to happen. I really wouldn't. I can certainly see their no, it's the transfer ban is nothing to do with the finances. It's to do with the irregularities that occurred during Roman's regime that we obviously had to report ourselves for. It's got nothing to do with. It's not got nothing to do with not being able to sell the players. It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with the investigation that's ongoing into the alleged wrongdoings that happened under Roman. So, yeah, I think there's a possibility, guys, that maybe we're expecting a transfer ban, which is why we're signing so many players. And I think that could be multi-windows. That could be a 2-year transfer ban, maybe, in my opinion. What would that be? 4 windows? It would kind of make sense with the business that we're doing. It would kind of make sense. No, not books with a new ownership. No. So that's where they are right now. Atletico Madrid are angry with Chelsea in regards to the Joao Felix stuff. Apparently Diego Simeone has personally assured Gallagher that he remains desperate for the midfielder to sign for Atletico Madrid. I'll be honest, Chelsea owe it to Gallagher, in my view, to get this move sorted out, to do what they need to do to get this move sorted. I'm not saying just sign Felix so that Gallagher can leave, but Chelsea owe it to Gallagher to get him a move sorted out. He agreed the move. He's ready to join. And there's just a complete fucking mess. I'm not blaming this entirely on Chelsea. Both parties are to blame. Again, yes, it would take up a loan spot. That is a fair point. Yeah, if you ban, you can still sell players. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They owe him. They owe him a move away. That is what they owe him. You know that, like, they've made it clear he's surplus to requirements. He's agreed a move away. It's now a mess because we pulled out of the Omarodion deal. It's the club owe it to Gallagher to sort him a move out. Like, if anyone that thinks differently, I think they're just completely wrong on that. You know, this is a player that the club are forcing out. He's agreed a move. Now there's a chance of it collapsing because we've pulled out of the Omarodion deal. And we've got people saying that the club don't owe him a move. Of course they do. Of course they do. I don't understand how anyone can think that Chelsea don't owe it to Gallagher to get him a move away from the football club sorted. They 100% owe him a move away. Of course they do. I don't understand how anyone can say they don't owe him a move away. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I also agree on that. Chelsea do not need Felix, and the Felix stuff is making less and less sense to me. Less and less sense, in my opinion, the Felix stuff. I don't understand. Well, I do understand why we're in talks, because Atletico Madrid are desperate to offload him. They're desperate to offload a player to get Gallagher in. As I was discussing on the show with Pice yesterday, like Chelsea moving. Yeah, at the end of the day, Chelsea are the if the Gallagher deal collapses, there's only one loser here, and it's Chelsea, because they're stuck with a player on the books that they don't want, and he could leave on a free transfer at next summer. So the only losers here are Chelsea. Yeah, okay, Atletico Madrid want the player, but at the end of the day, the only losers in this situation, if Gallagher somehow remains at the club at the end of the transfer window, the only losers are us, because we're missing out on £33 million of pure profit, which they want. And there's a real possibility of the player running his contract down and leaving on a free, because he doesn't want to sign that 2+1. Why would he then suddenly sign the 2+1 now, knowing that he's not really going to play? So, yeah, the only losers are Chelsea. So it's in Chelsea's interests to get this sorted out. And yeah, I agree on the Felix front. For me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, the moment you start buying a player to do another team of yes, he turned down the contract offers because Chelsea knew he was going to reject the offer. When you see everyone else getting 7 years, you're not going to sign 2+1 just so that they can sell you next summer if a deal can't be agreed. You know, he rightfully rejected that. He's accepted a move to Atletico Madrid. Obviously, whatever's happened with Omarodion is up to people's interpretations. But it's in Chelsea's interests to get this sorted out, because they don't want Gallagher to run his contract down if it can't be sorted. You know, Chelsea don't want Gallagher. He's agreed to move away. So they need to sort this mess out. And at the end of the day, he's the only one that, Chelsea are the only losers in this if he ends up staying. He's the only, Chelsea are the only losers if he ends up staying and this falls through. Gallagher's more than entitled to turn a move down to Villa. You know, under contract, can turn a move down if he doesn't want it. Look, people have got different opinions. That's cool with me. I've got no issue with different opinions. We all want Chelsea to do well at the end of the day, and healthy debate is important. But I don't see how people can't say that Chelsea don't owe Gallagher a move, because they want to get rid of him. He's sorted the move out now. Fees agreed. Medical's done. 5-year contract terms are agreed on that. And for this to then fall through, yes, it's not all entirely Chelsea's fault. I absolutely agree on that. Look, I don't know if they're blackmailing us, but what I would say is, why do we always find ourselves in these situations? Why have we, because to me, it seems like that we've agreed to sell Gallagher to Atletico, right? On the basis that we sign someone from them. That was going to be Omarodion, okay? And, some people are saying he failed the medical. Some reports saying he hasn't failed the medical. Some Spanish sources saying that Chelsea decided to change the terms or the conditions at the last minute. Look, whatever's happened with Samu, I've got no idea. But I don't know. I get it from both points. It definitely feels like Atletico are holding us to ransom a little bit here, but it also feels like to me that Chelsea have made an agreement with Atletico that they will sign one of their players as well. So, look, I would probably put this more on Atletico than I would on Chelsea, but we do also, in my opinion, have a part to play in this. No, I'm not annoyed about that at all. I haven't got an issue with the Omar deal collapsing. I don't, because I didn't particularly think it was the right move for us. But I don't know if Atletico Madrid are trying to call our bluff here on this one. I really don't. Like, why can't they just sell Samu to someone else? Why can't they sell it? Surely Atletico Madrid have got a number of they've got a number of players that they could sell. You can't tell me that the only players that Atletico Madrid could sell are Felix and Omar. Are those the only players in the squad they can sell? Come on, are we really doing this? Like, what's happening with Felix is that we're still in negotiations. Atletico want more than 50 million euros. We don't want to pay more than 50 million euros. And we're in conversations, but I don't like this Felix deal at all. Not least because he doesn't. We don't need him, but we are very much doing this as a favor to an agent. In my opinion, there's no coincidence for me that Pedro Neto gets unveiled. George Mendes is in London, and then suddenly the Samu deal's off, and we're in talks with Felix. That, for me, that series of events is more than a coincidence in my view. I don't really understand, like, why would we be doing that. Like, I don't want Felix. And this is not about not thinking. This is not about not wanting. This is not about not thinking Felix is a good player. Felix is a talented guy, but there's red flags. It's not happened for him at any club since he left Benfica. It's not happened for him anywhere. Didn't happen for him at Chelsea, really. Didn't happen for him at Barcelona. Hasn't happened for him at Atletico Madrid. I've always said, guys, the idea of Felix is far more appealing than the reality of Joao Felix is. That's the situation. Like, why do people want Felix? Because he's not a winger in a Maresca system, and he's not going to play ahead of Neto. He's not going to play ahead of Palmer. He's not going to play ahead of any of those guys. Yes, Chelsea should go from Hermoso or Black. I don't think so. Never scored more than 10 goals a season. He's a moments player. Yeah, no, he is. He is a moments player. Well, whatever he is, he shouldn't be coming to Chelsea. Whatever, I don't care what he is. He shouldn't be coming to Chelsea. He shouldn't be coming to Chelsea. It's as simple as that. And the most telling thing for me is, right, and I said it yesterday on the show with Pice, is that Felix has been available all summer. Chelsea have known that they probably need to purchase a player from Atletico Madrid in order for the Gallagher deal to go through. When we had the chance to purchase someone from Atletico, we still didn't choose Felix. We chose Omar instead, and that deal fell through. So we're not going to Felix because we want him. We're in a situation with Felix where we're having to do George Mendes a bit of a favor here potentially. That's the situation here. That's the situation, guys. Chelsea have not been interested in Felix all summer. There has not been a single report linking Chelsea with Joao Felix once this summer until that news come out on Sunday night that a Samu deal had fallen through, and then we're suddenly in talks with Felix. Felix has been there all summer to buy. We had to get a player from Atletico supposedly, and we still didn't choose him. So why would we now go and sign him? It literally makes no sense. But we don't need him. We don't need Felix. We don't need Felix. That's the whole point. We don't need Felix at all. And like, can people stop? Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this? Felix was superb at Chelsea. Are you trolling? Not only did the geezer score 4 goals in 20 appearances, right? Chelsea fans are basically on their knees for him because we had to watch Mount and Havertz stink up the gaff every single week. So when someone come in and showed the most basic of attacking skills and a bit of flair on the ball, everyone was lapping it up. Felix was not good at Chelsea. He was not good at Chelsea. He didn't even get in a team towards the end of the season. So this idea that Felix was good at Chelsea, can we just stop this? Because it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. It just isn't true. Felix was not good at Chelsea. It is nonsense. People telling me, oh yeah, he's a better winger. Felix is not even a winger. Are you guys, honestly, engage your brains for a moment, right? Please tell me how Joao Felix plays as a winger in an Enzo Maresca system. Please tell me. Because Felix is not even a winger. He's not even a winger. So why are people saying, like, why are people justifying buying Felix because he'll be better than Sterling or whatever? Like, he doesn't play wing. He's not a winger. So why are we doing this? No one can tell me what Felix is actually, what is Felix's position. Because if you're signing Felix to play him as a winger, I'd rather stick with what we've got because our wingers are actually better than Joao Felix, in my opinion, at playing than a winger. Please explain how he's better than those guys on the wing. Please tell me how Felix is better on the wing in a Maresca system than any of those players. Please tell me, because I've either lost the plot or people are just got some weird fetish for Joao Felix. Please tell me how he's better than any of those options playing as a winger in an Enzo Maresca system. Please tell me. Please tell me, because I'd love to know, because I'm not seeing it at all. Exactly. I don't know how many people can't see this, right? That we are overpaying for Felix just so we can sell Conor Gallagher. That is the only reason we're even in conversations for Felix, is because it would enable us to maybe get Gallagher off the books. That is the only reason that we're doing this. So, like, I don't get why people can't see this. Why can't people see this? I don't understand it. Yeah, on the wing, I would. I don't hate Felix. He just doesn't fit what Chelsea are looking to do. And the idea of him is far better than the reality of him. He's got no physical presence at all. He's not a traditional winger. And he doesn't fit what we're looking to do. So, guys, I can't read all this. And this sentence here sums up Joao Felix. He's an aesthetics merchant with no end product. People like him because he's pleasing on the eye and he does nice stuff with the ball. But the actual reality of Felix is he drifts in games too often, and he doesn't have very much end product. He's never scored more than 10 goals in a season. And this here is the exact thing with Felix, right? Is that he just looks good on the eye, which is why people lap him up. It's as simple as that. And look, people can disagree. They can agree with my opinion. They can do whatever they want with their opinions. But Felix, for me, is not the one. I'm sorry. It just isn't it for me. And I think we would be I think we'd be making a big mistake because we'd be signing him for all the wrong reasons, guys. All the wrong reasons we'd be signing him for, and that's not the right way to be going about business. Yes, we've got squad depth. Why do we need more depth in the attacking areas? We don't. We've got Neto, Palmer, Nkunku, Mudryk, Sterling, Madueke, Dewsbury Hall that could possibly play further up the pitch as well. So that there is 7 options already, right? Why do we need an 8th option? Not to mention there's still Chukwuemeka on the books, you know. Like, we've got options that can play there. We don't need depth. You know, if you're going to make a signing, this is it. We need a first team starter. We don't need another squad or rotation option. That's my point. We don't need a squad rotation option. So why? But if the owners liked him so much, why did they not go for him before? Why did they not go for him when he's been available all summer? If they liked him so much, why did they not go for him? That's what I want to know. Why? Why not? You know, some people just... You're acting like we've got no one to replace Nkunku. You're acting like there's no one to replace Nkunku. There's plenty of players that could replace Christopher Nkunku. You know, we've got options, guys. Like, is the rumor about a transfer ban true? I mean, there's no truth to it, but I think, look, it would be. I think there's definitely a possibility that could be on the cards for us. I do think there's a possibility that it could be on the cards for us, which is maybe why we're looking at doing what we're doing. But yeah, that would be my thoughts. I think it could potentially be coming. But again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's where we are, basically. That's where we are right now. No, I don't think Noni. I don't think Madueke will leave. I really don't. No, because Sterling and Mudryk were still on at that point in the second half. Sterling and Mudryk was Sterling came on. Mudryk was still on. Yes, Palmer drifted in from the other side, but Gusto obviously bombed on and kept that width. So the biggest red flag with Felix is how many loans he's been on. This is my point with Felix, right? Talented player, has got loads of ability, but the fact that so many clubs don't want him is a massive red flag, a huge red flag. Why does no one want him? Barcelona didn't want him. Atletico don't want him. We didn't want him. So why are there so many clubs that don't want Joao Felix? Why? So yeah, I don't understand it. You know, we can't just buy someone on the off chance that we might pick up a load of injuries. Like people, we need to engage our brains here. I'm not saying that Felix wouldn't play. He would get games. Bro, Barcelona, if they want someone, they find a way to do it. They signed Dani Olmo. If Barcelona wanted Felix, they would be pulling whatever levers. They'd be pulling whatever levers possible, or whatever levers required. They would be pulling them to ensure they could do a deal for Felix if they wanted him. They didn't want him. He scored 10 goals in 44 appearances, had a few nice moments here and there, and that was it. We have got. I don't think the bench is not that bad. The bench isn't bad. What I would say is, though, we need a leader at the back. Enough of this talk on attackers. We need a proper centre back. I think the possibility of one of our wingers leaving is still high. Sterling to Juve has been categorically denied. Noni to Newcastle is dependent potentially on Almiron leaving. Madueke, I don't see him leaving the football club. And it would be a mistake, in my view, to sell an out-and-out winger to bring in someone who doesn't play on the wing. What would be the point in that? Would be my thoughts on proceedings. This is it. We just need if we're going to make any more attacking signings, sign a striker. You know, that's what we need. If we're going to make an attacking signing, let's sign a striker. Not many people can live up to that 100 million they put on his head 4 or 5 years ago. Felix is a decent player, but that fee is a huge weight on him. Expectation is crazy. Yeah, but this is not just a new thing. Ever since he moved, he's not been able to cope with it. He's not been able to really deliver anywhere. So how can we expect him to come to Chelsea, where there will be pressure on him to deliver? How can we expect him to deliver when he's not delivered anywhere really in his career other than Benfica on a consistent basis? And then this as well. Like, this is what people aren't seeing. We've got Paez and Esteval coming in 25. So what sense would it make to bring Felix in as well to further congest that area? I agree on that. But yeah, anyway, guys, I think it's obvious what my thoughts on a Joao Felix there would be. I know some people like him, some people don't. That's fine. It's always good to have healthy disagreement. So yeah, it is what it is, people. Joao Felix is better than Mudryk. We're not just talking about goals. Mudryk needs to do more, absolutely. But if we're if we're being serious, like as a winger, he's not. No, not playing as a wide man. He's not. I never said he was left-footed. Who said that? Someone made a good point. Why is it a crime for us to have a world-class bench like we used to back in the day? We have got a good bench. When everyone's fit, there's decent options from the bench. There is. Update on the battery. No, we're good, brother. We're cooking. We're on 56%. So yeah, we're all good. I agree with you. Felix doesn't have end product, but no one in our team has end product except for Nkunku and Palmer. You're talking like Felix is a downgrade to the team. He doesn't start, which in my view, we need to be looking to bring someone in. What news is this? Is there news? If so, what news? I haven't seen any Fabrizio news. Let's have a look. What Fabrizio news is that? Because I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Are we doing a little hoax there? No, this won't be sorted tonight. I'd be shocked if this was sorted tonight. I don't expect that to be the case at all. But let's have a look if anything else. Let's have a look if anything else is happening before I round this one out. It's been a lively show, people. Lively show. But it's been good fun as always. It's been good fun. Any questions in the chat about anything? Let me know. If not, then I think that might well. That might well be it, guys. Any questions in the chat about anything? Let me know. Do I think Atletico will get done? Yes, I think somehow it probably will, but I'd be worried that it might not. Do you trust him could stay fit for the season? Remember last season, Chelsea owners want to keep Felix. But if they wanted to keep Felix, he's been available all summer. Pochettino's been gone all summer. Why have they not gone for him? Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen that. I don't know how true that is. I think he looks all right. You know, I think he looks all right. And I think he'll actually stay because he played ahead of Chilwell on Sunday. So I suspect he'll end up staying. I don't think he will go out on loan. To be honest, window closes September 1st. September 1st, the window closes. So yeah, I think Vega's decent. You know, he's got a lot to learn still, but I think he's a good player. But yeah, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna round that one out here, people. I could be back later on if we get any. If we get any major news, I could be back later on, guys. If not, I'll be back again tomorrow. So, guys, big numbers tonight. Love for all the support as always. Great to discuss all things Chelsea with you. We agree, we disagree, but we all want the club to do well at the end of the day. It's all love between everyone. Great stuff in the chat, as always, from everyone involved. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow with another live show. Let's see what the next 24 hours has got in store for us. Please make sure you smash that like button on the way out. Please subscribe to the channel on your way out as well. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's get this to 320 likes, 9 more likes on the way out. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's hope something gets done, whether it's Osimhen, whether it's the Gallagher thing, whether anything happens with Felix or whatever. Let's hope we get some sort of resolution to the sticky situation we're in with these transfer sagas. And yeah, love for all the support as always, guys. It's greatly appreciated. Smash the like, subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Up the Chelsea and peace out.